My neighbours probably think I'm a crazy person because just for you guys, I have just been up to the car in my Christmas jammies and my daughter's Crocs, which are 2 sizes too big for me. Simply because my tripod was in the car and I didn't want to get started without you. So I hope you appreciate it. And yes, I do wear Christmas jammies all year round. They're very cozy. I make no apologies for it. Okay, the light in here is broken, so the light isn't great. It's a miserable day outside and we are going to check some things off my to-do list, which I wrote out. Somebody actually made me a to-do list. First of all, I've been around the house, I've opened all the curtains, I've opened the windows. There isn't actually a window in here, there's only French doors, so no fresh air in here. Anyway, glad I'm wearing cozy jammies, the house is cold. Opened all the windows, made my bed, kind of. I really need to change the sheets actually. Maybe we'll do that today. I filled the dishwasher yesterday, forgot to turn it on. So I have a lot of dishes, but also my dishwasher's now full. That's on. So the dishwasher's on, the tumble dryer's on, the washing machine's on. The stuff in the tumble dryer, don't know if anybody else does this, but I had to wash that like 3 times because I kept forgetting about it or like not getting to it, and so it ended up getting washed like 3 times. That's in the dryer now, finally. Yeah, that's what I've done, and I've had a cup of tea. I was just watching, so first of all, before I come on here, I always have like, so my brain, I always have like a million conversations with people before I actually have the conversation. So because I know I'm going to be recording videos all of the time now, I'm like, okay, when I do this, I can talk about this, and I'll literally have conversations with you guys in my head before I ever actually come on here and do it. And then when I come here, I absolutely forget everything I'm going to say. So one of the things that I was going to come on here and be like, okay, well, yesterday was a bad day, you know, I had a sore head, I went to sleep, I woke up after like a 2-hour nap and did pancakes for my kids and stuff, but then I did not sleep last night. Like, I feel like I didn't sleep at all. I don't know how to describe it. So even when I was sleeping, it was like, does anybody else get those dreams where it's like you're controlling the dream? Like, what? I'm sure there's a term for it. Lucid dreams? That might be it. Basically, I just feel like I was awake all night and I woke up and I still have a sore head, so we're just gonna go with it. But anyway, so I was gonna come on here and be like, oh, I'm so tired, I have a sore head. And then I was like, while I was having my morning cup of tea, I was watching The Wads. So I don't know if anybody else follows Kimberly Whisk. And she was talking about a reel that she'd seen. So this is like third-hand information and I don't know the source of where it came from. But she was talking about how if you surround yourself with like positive people and people who motivate you, then you're like, I can't remember the statistics, like 15% more productive or something. And if you surround yourself with like negative people, then you're like 30% more negative or something like that. That's not accurate, I don't think. So go and check out her video. I think it's the one she's most recently posted. Anyway, so I thought I don't want to come on here and be a moany pants and then bring you all down. So I thought, okay, I'm going to come on here, I'm going to smile, I'm going to be chirpy, even though it's kind of hurting my head a little bit, but I'll be chirpy and we'll just kind of get on with it and do some stuff and try and be productive. All of that to say, I have a list. Also, how cute is this notebook? One of my friends gave me it. Okay. So this is the list one of you guys made. Sorry, I'm really bad with names. I should have written that down as well. So my house is a mess right now, but the last video that I posted when I was like saying my house was a mess, a lot of people were like, no, that's normal. I mean, it is a mess, but they were like, that's normal, it's not as bad as you think. And so now I'm starting to think, you know, maybe I just have like a bit of a twisted perspective on how bad my house actually is. A couple of people asked, you know, like, what's wrong, like, why don't you have the energy to tidy, or like, what's going on with you? And there's a lot of different things, but a big one for me is like childhood trauma. So I went through a lot as a kid, but one of the things is that, you know, I grew up in a really, really dirty house, and not just that, but like I was made to do everything. I was basically treated like a slave for like several years of my life. And that's not even getting into the actual trauma parts of my childhood. So I have a lot of anxiety around my house, and it's not until I get comfortable with people that I'm like, okay, I don't need to like panic clean when they come over. I mean, I still do, but then it's not to like an extent where it's like really bad. So I just worry, you know, that I'm gonna give my kids the same experience. But like, I was chatting to Beth about it, Feral Tradwife, and you know, she said you're already on a different path because you're kind of more self-aware of this, and you know, you're giving your kids a different life because of it. So I'm working on it. So if I say like, oh, my house is really messy, and then you guys think, oh, it's not that messy, I'm not trying to like fish for compliments, or I don't know what else you would do with that, but that's how I perceive it. So yes, my house is a mess right now, but I'm not going to be like, oh, my house is so messy kind of thing. It's more like, okay, my house is a mess, this is what we're going to do about it, and try and go from there. So it's a work in progress, so bear with me. This is a very long intro, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm just doing a live, just hanging out with you guys. I'm also procrastinating. We'll get to it. This is the list. So what I had thought about doing, because everything's a mess, I thought, okay, I'll just do a whole house tidy. I'll do like set a timer and do 5 minutes in each room. But then there are things on the list that I want to do that if I set the timer and do that, then I'll maybe only partially get them done. So I thought I'm going to do a few things on the list first and then maybe do the timer thing and try and get stuff done. Can't really do much in the kitchen with you guys because it's so noisy with the dishwasher, the tumble dryer and the washing machine on. Anyway, this is the list. I don't know if you guys can actually read that from here. There was more on the list, but I didn't want it to cover 2 pages because there was like maybe 3 things and I didn't want to have like 3 things on a page. So I just copied some of them down. Also, some of the things on this list, I'm going to have to break down into more manageable bite-sized pieces. So for example, declutter in drawers and cupboards. I'm not doing that all in one. I'll maybe do like 1 drawer or 1 cupboard. Like somebody broke, like, so I have the big Kallax cubes in the kitchen. Somebody like said, do the left half of the cubes, do the right half of the cubes. And I'm like, absolutely not. Like that is far too much. I'll maybe do like 1 or 2 cubes. Anyway, so today I'm going to kind of work in the hallway, I think. So we're going to clean the coat, well, tidy the coat area and maybe do a quick tidy in my daughter's den. And then on the upstairs landing, I mentioned to you guys, you know, there's a story, there's a few bags on that landing and there's a story with it. So I thought we'll do that and go over the story today. I don't know what else we'll do. That's kind of the 2 things that I want to do on the list right now. We'll do that and then we'll see where we're at. Okay, let's go. Also, before we get started, somebody said like they really like this area and that was really nice, and they suggested getting a wicker basket for outdoor toys. I mustn't have showed you on the last video that I did, but we actually, that's exactly what we did. We already have a wicker basket for outdoor toys, so great minds think alike. Also, I've just moved this and seen how dirty it is down there. Let me just show you guys. I'm gonna need to like hoover that up as well. Sorry, this tripod's hard to, yeah, that's gonna need cleaned up. But I'm just gonna put this back for now. Now I don't know if you can see, I might need to check the camera angle again. So you guys motivate me, but you also slow me down because I have to stop to keep moving a camera and stuff. Okay, so originally these cubes were like dedicated for different people, but they're all a little bit messed up right now, and for some reason my husband keeps chucking stuff up there, like why? But okay, let's just start putting stuff away. By the way, I DIY'd this, so proud of myself, like I love it. I had a vision and it actually came true. That doesn't always happen, so very proud. My daughter had a sleepover at his granny's about 2 weeks ago. This is the clothes from it. my daughter split her knee open like really badly. She got 10 stitches and got given a crutch, and apparently they don't take them back. So now I'm like, okay, so what do I do with it? Facebook Marketplace? Keep it in case somebody does something again? Like, what does everybody else do with these things? I don't know what to do with it right now. Like, it doesn't have a place to go. I guess it can live in the corner for now. Like a dirty secret. Okay, this is stuff that we get sent to my house that needs to go to the office, so this can kind of stay here for now. I can't find the normal doohickey that goes on this, so just gonna use this one. Okay, there we go. It's not perfect, but it is 100 times better. And that is the entryway done. So I'm going to tick that off my list. Okay. Coat area. Ta-da. Okay. Now we're going to do in here, I've had to tie my hair up because I am already sweating. Maybe the fluffy jammies aren't good for housework. Okay, so this area is meant to have zones. This is like the playhouse zone, baby doll house area zone, kitchen zone, drawing zone, and then there's like some bricks and stuff in here as well. So I'm just gonna start, I don't know how much of this you guys are gonna see because I don't think you can see in here. I'll maybe try this bit and then move you closer. anything that's not meant to be in here I'm just going to chuck over there to go upstairs. The number of times I've hit my head on like this ceiling makes me so cautious when I'm in here now. So when we painted this chalk wall, the normal walls were like a light blue colour. So then when I painted it the navy, sometimes my daughter like doesn't distinguish between the chalkboard and the navy wall, so she just draws on both. But it's just chalk. Chalk comes off everything. So it really doesn't bother me. I actually got quite a few comments about people liking this den when I showed you my house. And it's funny because when we were like going to view houses to move into, a lot of the houses like in my town have this same, like a similar layout with the stairs, like a bit under the stairs. And in one of the houses that I used to rent, I honestly, like when I moved in, I put a lot of boxes in there ready to unpack later, and then I never unpacked them later. So, and then stuff just built up and it just became like Monica calls it, like a drop zone for everything that I didn't want to deal with. But when we were viewing houses, we went into one house and they had done this, like a chalkboard on the wall and then some toys under the stairs, and I just fell in love with the idea, which is why when we moved in here, I did not put anything under the stairs. I was like, no, this is going to be a den. But at the time, sorry, I've got a tingly nose. At the time, I was pregnant with my youngest, Lily. She's 4 now. So I was pregnant with her, and so my youngest at the time was Kai, and he would have been 4 I think when we moved in here. And so what we did was we created the den for him, for his toys, and it had like a little gate here, and the plan was so that he would have an area to play away from the baby, who would obviously be crawling around and things, so that he could play with like his little Legos, and he had like a train table and all of that stuff. So originally the den was for him, but he hardly ever used it. And then as Lily got bigger, she started playing in here. So once Kai was a bit bigger than that, we were like, okay, well she can have the den now. So obviously he can still play in here, but this is kind of all her toys in here now. Including, okay, I don't know if you can see this because of the way that the camera's angled, but see this rocket ship, right? For Lily's birthday a couple of years ago, I had got her like the toy kitchen and the dollhouse and all of that stuff, and because every time I took her to playgroup, she would always play with the toy kitchen, so I thought, oh, she would absolutely love the toy kitchen. And then for some reason, like the day before her birthday, we were still like, because she had never said what she wanted for her birthday, and we were like, oh, it's so exciting, it's your birthday tomorrow, what are you hoping to get? Thinking like she'd say the things that we bought. Never ever do that, by the way, because she comes out with a rocket ship out of absolutely nowhere, and we were like, oh no, we don't have a rocket ship. Now I was willing to, you know, let her be disappointed, because they have to be disappointed sometimes, can't get everything they want. But my husband, this is his first child, was like, oh, my baby girl wants a rocket ship, she's going to get a rocket ship. So there he is, like, whatever time at night, on Facebook Marketplace, going to pick up this wooden rocket ship, right? And then I bring her in here on her birthday to surprise her with, like, her toy kitchen. And, like, she comes running in, and, like, she's, like, face of awe. I'm recording it, this is recorded. Like face of awe going towards the kitchen, and I'm like, oh, you're so happy, do you like it, what did you get? And she turns around and looks at the rocket ship, and she was like, rocket ship? I'm like, oh my god. So husband for the win on that day. But yeah, never ask your kid, oh, what are they hoping to get, after you've already done the shopping for the birthday. That was such a rookie mistake. I've got 4 kids, I don't even know why we did that. That'll do. Okay, now the den is done, this bit of the hallway is done, and this bit of the hallway is done. Progress. that only took an hour to get all of that done. I feel like I'm always so slow. Okay, we are going to do the upstairs landing. The lighting here is not great, but I always feel just better when like walkways are clear, especially because this gives me the fear, because my daughter might stand on this and then she could topple over the edge, and that, like, I don't know, stairs just give me the fear. So I'm going to kind of tidy this. The story that I wanted to tell you is, it's not even much of a story, but these two bags. So Madison and Arthur's dad, he always, so the kids go there wearing clothes and then they come back wearing like rubbish clothes, like clothes that don't belong to them, that belong to like their siblings, or clothes that are too small, that kind of thing. And then all the clothes that I send them in kind of get kept there. And then every like 6 months or something, he will like give me big bags of clothes and say, oh, this is all their clothes that I have. So then the next time they go, he's like, oh, you'll need to make sure they bring clothes. But so I'm left with these clothes, and usually they're like 3 sizes too small, or they're all like destroyed, so it drives me mental. And also they smell really badly of smoke, because he smokes and I don't, so the smell is really noticeable. But then also, so we gave me these about 3 months ago, and they were sitting in my car for ages, and then my car broke down and I had to get a new car, so they took out the car and put here. The plan was for Madison and Arthur to sort them themselves, but they just never have, so they've just kind of sat here. The bags have burst, so we're going to sort them and then it's done, and I can wash the ones we're keeping, and I don't even know what I'm going to do with the rest. I don't feel like they should get donated, but maybe a textiles bin. So anyway, let's have a look. Age 11 years, so that won't fit because my son wears 12 to 13. Like a doll outfit. 12 to 13, so good. That's where one of his school trousers go. Sometimes I don't know why I put tasks off for so long, because that literally took less than 5 minutes to do. So this is the bag of stuff that doesn't fit, and this is the bag of stuff that does or possibly does. So I need to wash that stuff and get rid of that stuff. And then behind me, in case you're wondering what all the rest of the mess is, let's avoid this cupboard for now. Okay, so this is the bag of rubbish that we took out of the bathroom a week ago. This is one of the bags of toys ready to donate. That never made it out to my car, the other bag did. And then the rest is dirty washing, so let's just clear up real quick. And Nerf gun bullets. I find these in every recess of my house, everywhere, all the time. Drives me crazy. When I tidied my youngest kid's room, This was a bag of stuff that doesn't belong upstairs, that needs to go downstairs as well. Everything's in bags. I always find that a lot of tidying up for me involves just moving things to the correct zone. So like the correct room or the correct area, but then that's as far as it gets, and then I don't actually like put it away. So that's a big problem that I have. I don't know if you guys can hear me from all the way over there. Found the other bit of my hoover, so yay me. Oh, I smell it. I'm not made to go up and down stairs. I'm going to take this to the right zone so it actually gets washed, and then we'll hoover. Oh my god, I'm so unfit just going up and down those stairs a few times. Oh, I feel like my face is like red. Like, I don't know if I'll need to have a look in the camera, but it feels so red. Okay, let's just sit for a minute. I'm feeling mildly accomplished. We've checked off 3 things off the list now. We've done the entryway, my daughter's den, and now the upper landing. I'm gonna stop for lunch because it's like 10 to 1 and I've not eaten anything yet today, and I need a drink because I'm feeling sticky, and then we might do more on the list. We might actually just do general housework because the washing machine and stuff should be finished by then. We could maybe clean the kitchen a little bit. We also might just be a couch potato. I need to study. Like, I'm not at uni this week because I have it's called Independent Reading Week, so we're supposed to be like catching up on work, reading. I have 2 major assignments due, so that's what I'm supposed to be using this time for, but also I need to tidy. And it's hard, like it's hard to sit in the mess when you're trying to study. Like, I can sit in the mess and watch TV and play games and all that stuff, but when I actually need to like be productive with my mind, I'm not explaining this well, but when I need to actually like focus on work, my mind is like, oh, but I could do this right now while the kids aren't here, and I could do this right now, and I could do this right now, and then it's like there's too many things that I could be doing, so then I don't do anything, and then that's why I end up sitting watching TV or playing games and stuff. So yeah, I thought if I get some housework done I can study later, but then my kids will be back later, so then there's also that chaos. Also, did anybody else have pancakes yesterday? So it was pancake day, so we had pancakes, but my 2 older children were at their dad's, so they're going to come home today and demand pancakes. So we're having pancake day twice. We're not religious, we just go with the commercialised holidays, I would say. The kids always demand pancakes on pancake day. Yeah. Now that I've sat down here, I don't want to get up again. Okay, I need to eat and drink. hopefully we will be back. If not, then this will be today's video, because I still need to edit and release this today as well. Actually, forgot about that part. Okay, well, just in case this is goodbye, bye.